Hi folks, I'm Todd Brenner. This is Culinarily Yours, and I've got just a little bit of great stuff we're going to talk about today in the wonderful tomato. It's that time of year. I don't know about how your garden's doing, but I've got very few things in my gardens, but I've got a bunch of tomatoes, and they're coming out and just looking great. I've brought in some different types, different styles, different things you want to do with them. Of course, we've got the classic, just what you'd call the big old red tomato, the big boy or big easy, whatever you want to call it. Good for slicing, good for using with hamburgers and sandwiches. Also, too, we get yellow tomatoes, the same thing. This is more of a medium-sized tomato, but once again, real wonderful flavor. A little bit less than the red, just a little bit lighter in flavor than the red. Probably the next tomato that you see the most is going to be the Roma tomatoes or the plum tomatoes. These are real nice, real meaty. These are real good used in sauces, and also, too, a lot of times they'll can these and put them in jars. These are really good for that as well. Of course, we've got cherry tomatoes. You see those used a lot with salads, just a smaller tomato. And then we also have a couple specialty tomatoes. I brought in a few today. These are actually out of my garden. I brought in some pear tomatoes. We've got both the teardrop tomatoes, the red and the yellow. These two are a little lighter in flavor than other ones, but they're really look great in pasta, tossed in pasta or tossed in a salad. And then lastly, I've got some wonderful little currant tomatoes that are just unbelievable in flavor. As you can see, they're just little tiny things like little raisins or currants, and just have great flavor. Now, one of the things you can do, one of the things with tomatoes as far as very good in vitamin C, real high in vitamin C, very good for you. Also, too, when you're selecting tomatoes, when you're out the fruit stand or when you're at the store, make sure that you get something that's a little bit firm. If you need it for that day, obviously, you can get a little bit riper. But it's nice to let it ripen up in your house. I know that when you pull them off the vine at the house, also, too, you're going to find they're going to be a lot sweeter because the longer they're allowed to vine ripe. If they're not pulled off of the vines 2 weeks ago in California while they're green and allowed to ripen in a truck, they just get a lot more sugar to them. These are the tomatoes. It's this time of year. Use them. Have a great time with them. I'm Todd Brenner. This is Culinarily Yours. Until I see you again next week, keep it simple, keep it fresh, and most importantly, you keep it cooking. I'll see you in a week.